These negotiations and strikes come as the nation celebrates Labor Day, a time when we honor the social and economic achievements of American workers. Right now, public support for unions is at a 50-year high, according to the Economic Policy Institute.
So joining us now to talk more about the increased move to unionize is Oregon AFL-CIO President Graham Trainer. Graham, thank you for taking the time to join us this morning.
Happy Labor Day. It's great to be with you.
Happy Labor Day. Okay, so the National Labor Relations Board saw a 53% increase in union petitions between October of 2021 and September of 2022. Why are we seeing a trend like this?
There's a lot of reasons for this. One of the other exciting stats is that in 2022, 75% of those union elections actually were successful, meaning workers won their union. And there's lots of reasons that go into what's driving this moment in labor action. Coming out of the pandemic, workers were treated as expendable while told that they were heroes by their employers. And so workers are angry, and we're reclaiming our power, and we're doing that at a time when union approval rating, as you said, is through the roof at a 60-year high, and even greater for young people. Gen Z supports our movement, and labor unions as a solution to their economic challenges at 90%. 9 in 10 people in the Gen Z category support our movement and see unions as a vehicle for change.
What are some of the things that unions are really pushing to the forefront here in their negotiations and these talks? I mean, in looking at some of the picket lines and the strikes that we've seen in our own area, it goes beyond just the number on the paycheck.
Absolutely. You know, unions are workers who want to join a union or form a union in their workplace are looking for much more than just a bigger paycheck. They're looking for dignity. They're looking for a say in their working conditions. I'm wearing a SAG-AFTRA shirt with hundreds of thousands of workers across the country in Hollywood on strike right now because of the gigification of their work. The fact that AI is looking to replace the talent that brings you the stories to your homes every day. And so it's so much more than just about a paycheck. Workers are looking, again, for dignity, for respect, and especially coming out of the pandemic, workers need to have some stability in their lives, and the greatest way to do that is through unionizing, through coming together with your coworkers and bargaining a fair contract that meets the needs of workers, whether it's about wages, benefits, or just a say in your workplace.
How do unions take shape here in the Pacific Northwest? Is this a friendly place for those unions, or do you want to see some steps to improve how unions are really used in the PNW?
Yeah, Oregon and the Pacific Northwest is considered a pretty union-strong region, the West Coast especially. Oregon ranks between 4th and 8th most union-dense, meaning the percentage of workers that are a member of a union. Of course, there's always a need to grow. Frankly, we believe that any worker dreaming of a better life has a place in the Oregon or the Pacific Northwest or the West Coast labor movement. You know, obviously, we have an exciting time that we're in the midst of. This is historic. What's not historic is inequality or the quality of our jobs being eroded. What is historic is that workers are reclaiming our power in this moment, given the union favorability statistics, given the percentages of wins at the NLRB with union elections. So that's what's historic. And the fact that we're at in an economy that gives workers a bit more leverage gives us a lot of hope about the growth potential in the future. With so many different organizing campaigns happening around the state and around the region, it's not just about the strikes, it's about the organizing wins, the workers who are forming their union for the first time because they see a union in their workplace as the greatest way to make change.
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting movement to look at.
Yeah, no doubt.
On this Labor Day, more so than in Labor Days past. Well, Graham, thank you so much for joining us. Great to talk with you this morning.
Likewise. Happy Labor Day. Thanks again.
Thank you, Graham Trainer, Oregon AFL-CIO President. We're keeping a close eye on ongoing strikes from writers and actors to teachers and nurses. You can find more on negotiations anytime at KOIN.com. Well, KOIN